Good evening. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on Angels in Distress. I am Janie Detweiler, the founder and CEO. Transition from domestic violence. I am also the CEO of Victory Coaching, Victoria's Intervention, carefully training on restoring yourself, yes. And tonight we're going to talk about journaling. Every week I ask what to talk about. And I have several of mine. I'm just going to show you about 6 of mine that I have. I have boxes and boxes. Ladies, you know those pretty boxes, storage boxes? Thank you for joining that we have. I have journals everywhere. All types. And all of my friends know how much I love journals. And I found that throughout my walk, throughout my path, journaling has helped me a lot. And my position is that if you journal, you can write it out. And guys, you too can record your journey. You may say, well, that's a girl's thing, keeping a diary and things of that nature. However, you can take yours. Hi, Tierra. Thank you for joining, darling. Thank you for the hearts. You can take your phone, the ones that you keep. Thanks for joining, 42 Libra. Thank you for joining. What you can do for the fellas, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for joining, Alkirks. I hope I didn't mispronounce that, but thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, T Young. Thank you. What you can do in recording your journey, if you don't want to use a journal, as I do. Hey, Tierra. Hi, sweetheart. You were some kind of powerful today, young lady. Some kind of powerful. Thank you. And that phone that you guys carry all the time, there's a little note section. There is a recorder on your phone. So if you don't want to write it out, speak it out. Thank you for joining Pure in Nature. You can speak it out, but just express your pain. Thank you for the hearts. Express your pain. And I encourage anyone, I say, write your words. Write your words. Thank you for joining 2B ZDMR. And in writing your pain out, you write it out of your heart. Yeah, you write it out of your heart because you release it. Just because you're not speaking it out, just because you're not acting it out, as you write, you release. Because as you write, you're going to feel those emotions. And as you feel those emotions, as you write, you release them to the paper. Now, thank you for joining after 1903. Now, there has been a time when I had to write something out that was very, very painful. And when I finished, it wasn't for me to keep it. It was for me to destroy it. And it was like, I'm done. That release is gone. It is gone. So a lot of times people don't think it's worth taking the time. Thank you for joining, maybe for UAE. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you so much for the love. So if you think that the journal is not your way to go, see the ladies, the hats, I love the journals. Record, guys. Renew You Atlanta, thank you for joining. Record it by some means. A lot of times, I'm a dreamer too. So I keep journals by my bed all the time. And there are things that come to me in times of meditation or in times of just being quiet during the day. And I have pieces of paper like this all over the house, because I try to keep a pen available. So when it comes to me, I do too, at a touch. When it comes to me, I write it down and I transfer it to my journals because it's usually something profound. It's usually something profound. And I'm just going to share what I wrote back in the 17th of August last year. And this is in regards to my book that I'm working on. Tierra Destiny Read today was so powerful and hit my toes so many times that the orange polish on my toenails is red now. She stepped on my toes so hard. But this is the point I want to make about what she was sharing. She said something about betrayal. And when she began talking about that betrayal, emotions rose up in me. And I thought, I don't want to visit that. I don't want to visit that. I don't want to visit that. Now, and my phone got so hot. Thank you for joining CDICO 98. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Thank you for the hearts. But my phone got so hot when she was talking, it just blacked itself out. And I had to literally turn the phone off. So I knew what she was saying was powerful. And when she got to a certain point in her scope, it just blacked out on me. I said, oh, you don't want me to hear that. But it was about betrayal. Now, something that just happened to me right before I came on to do my show, Dr. Jackson was doing a sermon. And he said, it was about betrayal. And I thought, no, there are no coincidences. No. There are no coincidences. He was talking about how you're betrayed by your friends. And I'm trying not to get emotional now. He talked about how your friends betray you. He said, but it's God pushing you. And I also know that God will get our attention through pain. If you don't listen to anything else in your life, you will listen to pain. And for him to share that right before it was time for me to come on for this scope, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Tierra, you fussed today a little bit, young lady. And I only come on once a week because I was trying to keep the same pattern as my radio show. And I came on every Thursday night. What I have to start sharing every day. I have to start sharing every day. For whomever it is that may come on, thank you guys for the hearts to listen. And thank you so much for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. But let me get back to this note. I'm telling you about how I write stuff down. That pain is something else, Tierra. It's something powerful, though. Pain can be powerful. And this book, The Metamorphosis of a Caterpillar, All Butterflies Aren't Free, has been a painful process. When God told me to write it, I thought it was about my last abusive relationship, but he took me all the way back to when I was a young girl, something that I saw happen, and bringing me forward. So writing this book has been a challenge. I've been writing the book since 2012. And everybody kept telling me, you got to get this book out. You got to get this book out. You got to get it out now. You got to get it out now. No, I get it out in God's timing. In God's timing. I was so stuck, couldn't understand why I kept getting stuck in writing this book. No, all butterflies aren't free, sweetie. But I'm going to help you come to victory. Those who may listen to understand that you can be. But here is what happened. Tierra came on my scope one night after I made my first one and being afraid to come on the Periscope. And once I did the first one, I said, okay, I may be able to do this. And I made a commitment. I turned the television off. No more television. I haven't watched television in over a month. And do what God told you to do. But there was something that transpired last December, right before New Year, between my sister and I, that was life-changing. It was life-changing. And it was so much pain, misunderstood, misguided pain, that in reality should not have been. However, at the time, thank you for joining at Tim D11. Thank you guys for the hearts. At the time that this occurred last December over into January, I haven't stopped in writing this book, because what transpired between us, the healing, the reconciliation, opened me up to move forward. Because there was something that I mentioned in the book of an experience that I never experienced with my younger sister that transpired New Year's. And that's cuddling up like sisters are supposed to do and just talk. We never talked. We never had a time to just cuddle up as sisters and talk because of the abuse that I had been subjected to, and she didn't understand that I was only protecting myself, which affected the way that I dealt with women. I couldn't understand why God gave me angels in distress dealing with women, because women had caused me so much pain and so much betrayal. And I'm like, why would you give me a ministry to deal with women? But he gave me the ministry to deal with women who had experienced incredible betrayal and pain. And that's domestic abuse and domestic violence. And I get it now. I get it. I get it. I understand it, because I need for you to understand. I am here to help you, not to hurt you by any means. And that's for men as well, because I've talked to brothers who have been abused as well. Now, August the 17th, 2015, at 6 p.m., this is what Holy Spirit told me. The last chapter in the book will be of your faith, restoration, freedom, in you being enough and soaring after getting free from the last relationship of abuse, because of God's revelation that it is spiritual. Once a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it will never crawl again. And then he had me write, and here is why, and that I am to list what God showed me. It'll be in the book. So, writing it out, journaling it out, whenever it comes to you, just get your journal and write it out. Write it out. I have some that will speak to me in the store. Be joyful in hope, faithful in prayer. I have some that will speak to me specifically with the caption that's on the front. Now, what's amazing is that some of the things that I've written in the journals may not be in the metamorphosis of a caterpillar. All butterflies aren't free. So they may be a part of the series, or they may be a part of the other books. I don't know. But I implore you, thank you so much for the hearts, guys. And I can't believe I allowed myself to get emotional on here. That's not me. I try to hold it together. I implore you to write your words out. Write out your pain. Write out your pain. Speak out your pain. Speak out your pain. But one way you can really release, because there is something in the motion of your hand as you record, as you write, as you release. We'll release what's in your heart, what's hurting your heart, what's hurting your soul. It will move with the flow of your hand. I was counseling a young lady Monday night, and I was on the phone with her until 4 o'clock Tuesday morning, and I had a prayer call at 5:30. And I was just trying to get her to understand. And she said to me, she said, I don't even know how to begin to write. I don't know what. I said, it doesn't matter. Sit down, pray, and ask Holy Spirit to just take the pen and just release whatever he gives you to write. But please, whatever you do, release that pain out of you. Because it literally has made her sick. Yes. Out of touch, just right. I had someone say to me, because I was trying to follow all of the formatting from learning how to write in college when I first began writing the book. And then I had someone tell me, are you crazy, Janie? Stop it. Stop it. They told me I was anal. It wasn't that. I just wanted it to be written correctly. Thank you for the hearts. He said to me, just write. Don't worry about formats. Don't worry about where periods are supposed to go. Don't worry about capitalization. Don't worry about where commas are supposed to go. Just write it. Get it out of you. That's what your editors will be for. They will edit it for you. Just get it out of you. And you know what, guys? I didn't realize how much I had written. I just learned last week how much I really had written. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm appreciating you too, Out of Touch. I have so much that I really can send the book on to editing. But as I'm having these divine moments, like the moment with Tierra, I'm having these divine moments that are highlighting places in the book that I need to go back to and add to or clarify. But I know one thing. March 31st, the metamorphosis of a caterpillar, all butterflies aren't free. It'll be ready to go to an editor. It will be. I put the cover out there. Someone pushed me. Someone pushed me to put the cover out there. Put it out there now. Thank you for the hearts. They pushed me. And I appreciate them for pushing me. Because you know what? It doesn't matter now. Because I'm moving forward. I want to share something else with y'all. I felt like I had failed with Angels in Distress because my heart really goes out for women who are survivors and men and children of domestic abuse and domestic violence. And I did a radio show for 4 years up until 2014. Every Thursday night, we had survivors on the show. We had poetry nights. We had, incredible things happen for the radio show for 4 years. And it just seemingly went away. And God said, you've got 4 years of work out there that'll be out there forever, accessible to everybody and whoever needs to go and listen. And I said, okay, but have you taken it from me? No, I'm giving you a new strategy. And I had friends kept telling me it's television. It can't be television because that takes money. It couldn't be. And then Periscope popped up in an email. I can't even tell you from where the email came. and I read about it. I went and visited some things, and I said, oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Well, it's a form of television. And guess what, Janie? What's your excuse? It's free. So, one week I may do domestic violence and domestic abuse, but mainly I'm wanting to use this vehicle, a Periscope, for victories. For victory, how to help you become victorious. Because we're coming on the other side of this thing now. Yes, out of touch. Yeah, that's the way things happen for me. They are incredible. And they are personal. And that's why I have to keep calm and keep going. Even when the enemy tries to discourage me. And victory, God gave it to me. Victorious intervention, carefully training on restoring yourself, yes. Thank you for the hearts, guys. And I know that the trainings that I'll be able to do, that will come. That will come. Thank you for joining Women Overcoming. The workshops that I will be able to do, I'm telling you guys, I have a coaching program with VICTORYY. Ooh. You must have boxes of Kleenex. It's powerful. It is so powerful from learning from within. Thank you. Thank you for that, Out of Touch. I appreciate that. You really just blessed me. Thank you for that. Because we've got to come to a place to understand that that our lives, those of us who have endured some harshness, those of us who have endured some in-depth pain, those of us who have endured unsolicited betrayals, we're here for a purpose, and it's a divine purpose. And I often go back and I think about, and I don't Bible thump over here because I'm not a Bible scholar, but I do believe in my Father. Yes, I do. I think about how Jesus was betrayed. I'm glad, Out of Touch. I'm glad. How he was betrayed, and he was betrayed by someone that was close to him. And I think that's what stings so badly, is because those people who seemingly hurt us are the ones who have been allowed to cross that boundary line. And you know, we have to reestablish those boundaries. Particularly those of us who have those big caring hearts, we really have to reestablish those boundaries. But I'll tell you this, one thing I came to maturity in, that when those things happen, I thank God for revelation, because now I know the truth. Now I know the truth. And you can't snow me again. Because now I see you for who you really are. Yes, we've got to reestablish our boundaries. Yeah. That's even in reconciliation. You know, God wants us to reconcile, but there are some he doesn't. You know, you don't reconcile with an abuser. You know, you don't reconcile with a cold-blooded devil. But even those who we decide to reconcile with, you set those boundaries. And you make sure you stay in control of them. Excuse me. Thank you for the hearts. That you stay in control. That nobody manipulates you anymore. You know, you can't deceive me anymore. Because, see, I see you for who you really are. And you know what I like to do? I am so happy to be in a position now where I can see it and I can just tilt my head and say in my spirit, I see you. Thank you for joining, Chris Callie. Out of touch, I can imagine. I can imagine. But you know what? You are powerful. Bonsoir. Comment allez-vous? You are powerful. Out of touch, I understand. I understand. And that's what happened. Because we want relationships. That's what the world turns on. Relationships. Thank you for joining me. And, you know, in being in relationships, there is an understanding that you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. That's just the order of the day. However, once you learn your lesson and you don't allow yourself, the journaling is so you don't become bitter and it doesn't turn into an infection and doesn't turn into pulse in you. You release it. When you learn to do that, you can see it when it's coming the next time. You can see it. Yes. 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 I know. I know. Sad but true. Thank you for the hearts, guys. But we, all of us, men, women, young men, young women, we've got to learn that we are our best protectors. And in being our best protectors, learning from within will give you the right tools. Will give you the right tools. You don't want to keep taking the same lesson over and over and over again. You just don't want to do that. Now, is it possible that it may take more than once? Yes. Yes, absolutely out of touch. I am too. I have been called to it. I don't have a choice. I have been called to women and men who are hurting or who have been hurt. So that's my charge. That's my mantle. I can't go against what God has charged me to do. But I've come to understand that when those things happen, it's not always personal. It's just spiritual. I know the enemy doesn't like me. I don't know if I share it with you all. I don't know if you guys are aware, but the day of the Super Bowl, Holy Spirit tell me to come home and make a scope about domestic violence statistics being the highest around Super Bowl than any other time of the year. I did the Periscope. I did what I was supposed to do with my cam t-shirt on and cap. I went in to make some tea. I'm very careful with the stove, very careful, because the gas stove blew up in my face when I was a little child. I hear this small voice. So go check on your water. I go back to the stove. The flames are out under the pot. Obedience, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. But also listening to that still small voice. Or I like to say that small still voice. And I said, oh, you're mad. And you're going to try and make it look like an accident in my house that I blew up with the gas. But God blocked it. God blocked it. And that makes me determined to come on Periscope every Thursday night and educate as much as I can. That's what he's given me, and that's what I'll do. And now, thank you, Elizabeth, for joining. Now, I have to just, as the children say, bring it up a notch. And I will bring it up or not. Tierra Destiny Reed, I don't know if you're still here with me, baby girl. But yeah, you lit a flame. You relit a flame today. And I always have heard your heart. I always have known your heart. And I thank you for pouring out. Hello, Miss V10. You're going to have to tell me who you are because you call me by my name. But guys, please write your words. Hi, Vita. Thank you for joining, darling. Thank you. Please write your words. It's powerful. I keep this. I'm going to show you this. This is a little booklet. It has blank paper. As you can see, I have stuff just captured in here. Look, page after page, page after page, page after page. And then I transfer it to a journal. Because these moments are usually powerful moments. I have little snippets of paper everywhere. Everywhere. I keep pens laying around. Even in the bathrooms. I keep them there. Because when you hear something, you'll get a key. You'll get a key. You'll get a release. And you can get a divine nugget to help you heal. Yes, it is out of touch. It's not even about us anymore. I was so upset when this last relationship happened. It happened over 15 years ago now. 15 years ago. Because I was the senior domestic violence instructor at a police department. I was highly upset. Highly upset. Thank you for joining, Sade. But it wasn't about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. Now that I've survived it, how do I go reach one and teach one? Hi, Sade. Thank you for the hearts. Something that I always preach. Once you learn a lesson, teach somebody else. And like Tierra mentioned today, our young babies, our young girls. I did a seminar at a school in Atlanta, and I won't mention the school. But this young girl, after my class, in the class, her body language just oozed abuse. It just oozed abuse. And she was being abused by her boyfriend. Thank you for joining, Mrs. Smiley Face. It just oozed abuse. And I was like, God. And when we finished, she came up to me and she said, Miss Detweiler, could I talk to you, please? I said, sure, baby. And she said, my boyfriend has tried to kill me more than once. And I tell my mama, but she won't bring me out of the school. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. And she was in middle school. Thank you for the hearts. And my heart just went out to baby girl. And I went to her teacher that invited me to the school to do the workshop. And I shared with her. Thank you for joining Fly Guy 92. And came to find out that this boy was abusing this girl so badly that it was good that she was just in the class. And then the school became involved and they helped the mother transfer her out of the school. And guess what? She kept my card. She kept my card. And this was a 13-year-old girl. She kept my card and sent me an email. And she said, thank you, Miss Detweiler. I think you saved my life. One baby out of that class came to me. And that's all that matters. I don't get caught up in numbers. I never get caught up in numbers. Because if it's just one, thank you for the hearts whose life is changed and are saved and understand that they do not deserve to be mistreated, that it is a demonic spirit, then I've done my job. I've done my job. When I think about these young girls that are in human trafficking, I'm an ambassador for human trafficking as well. When I sit in workshops and understand that men are ordering them up like they're ordering a meal out of Burger King. But those girls are broken. Somebody didn't reach them and teach them. And that's where I know victory is going to be life-changing for those young girls and those young boys. And guys, we also have to ask the question, those who mistreat others, you have to also ask the question, what happened to them? Nobody just come into the world and want to beat up people and abuse other people. Something happened. Hurt people hurt people. So, I can't believe what happened tonight on here, but as God would have it, it was to tell you to journal your journey. Thank you for joining Peace Stewart 192. Journal your journey. You can pick them up. I try not to pay any more than $4 for mine, you know. Journal your journey. Journal your journey. This one, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You know, I just have several. There's 5 more behind the phone helping hold the phone up for me tonight. But journal your journey. Write it out. You'll find wisdom when you write your words. You'll find peace. You'll find hope. You'll find clarity. And more importantly, I hope you find understanding. And to understand your purpose. So I want to just thank everyone that joined tonight. Those of you who came on early, I am Janie Detweiler, the founder and CEO of Angels in Distress Incorporated, Transition from Domestic Violence. I have a podcast still out on the web at blogtalkradio.com /Queen-Warrior, where you can hear incredible stories of survivors and what domestic abuse and domestic violence look like. Also visit our website at www.angelsindistress.org. It is a place of resources and information. And if you have a women's group and you want me to come and do a speaking engagement, there's a contact page there that you can include your information. But the victory workshop is going to be huge, guys. Well, thank you, Add a Touch. She sure blessed me today. And you blessed me by coming over. Yes, the Virgin Islands. I have a girlfriend here from the Virgin Islands, and Add a Touch, no, I understand what happens there. That's why she is here in the States, because of some things that happened to her. So I pray for my sisters around the world all the time. We have so much more in common that we don't even have a clue of. Thank you for joining Renew You Atlanta. We have so much more in common. And we're so much more alike than we are different. So I thank you guys. Thank you for the hearts. Coach Stashahuff, thank you for joining. You guys that are just coming in, I'm about to go out. I'm at the end of this broadcast. But I thank you so much. And those of you that will watch the replay, I thank you in advance for that as well. But look forward to seeing me a lot more often now. My toes are bloody by little Tierra Destiny Reed. I've got to step my game up. So I thank you guys. Peace and blessings. Okay, it doesn't want to let me go. Good night. It's not releasing. So I'm going to let you guys see the other. Good night. Out of touch, you really blessed me tonight. Thank you, dear.